Well, we having weird problems today, CKX Core. Oh. Alright, restarting it seemed to fix it, so what are you gonna do? Fix it. So. Alright, I got the capacitors just in time after I came home from the gym. So that is good.
Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
Yay. Good for you, Botrix. I need socks. We'll go with the Donatello socks today. And we need some music. Music indeed. Okay. All that business is out of the way. Let's get this turned on and get started. So I gotta get these stickers and this. There's like paint and stuff on here. I don't know how well that's gonna come off. I'm not looking entirely forward to that. Of course. Oh, lights. Like, why is there no light? Here we go. Alright. Let's see if some of this paint will come off with rubbing alcohol. Just curious. No, that is really on there. I may have to swap the case on this. Is it? It's not a sticker. Is some kind of like paint. That is unfortunate. Well, maybe we'll get a different case for this. Or maybe I'll just paint this one and make it mine. And then I can sell the other one. Sell my first one that I did. Yeah, I'm gonna have to soak that. This is a big ass sticker.
I think I saw this in a YouTube video. Try just submerging the whole thing in alcohol debeshnotters.
Alcohol can damage the Oh, it is coming up actually. Yeah. It's gonna take me 2,000 years.
Why do ducks make great detectives? They always crack the case.
Maybe like a light wet sand. If I destroy the case, it's actually just kind of like spreading it, which I don't like. try a little bit of soapy water. Dr. Bronner's soap. Well, it seems to at least take the excess off the plastic. I could probably use a little bit of rubbing alcohol in conjunction. I'll see. Yeah, it's coming up a little bit. I'll worry about this later. I just want to make sure. I don't want to sell it if it's gonna have these issues, like getting this stuff off. But it looks like it's coming up a tiny bit at a time. So I'll work on that later. The really good news is that these capacitors came in, so we can recap this and then do the Xstation mod. So that's exciting. So let's actually start making some progress on that. Alright, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. It's been a long time since I've done an Xstation mod. Sort of excited. How are you today, mister? Thank you for the advice, too. That submerging in water, alcohol is probably not a bad idea. But I think I'm just going to try and scrub it off first. And then maybe I'll do that if I can't get it all. So this is an original, like first.
Suit yourself, Fecklef.
First. I like to make my life hard, you know. Now, alcohol can damage the plastic, so I'd prefer to use as little alcohol as necessary. And if it's kind of junky, I'll just keep this one. I might keep this one anyway. We'll see. And then sell mine. Mine's got an X reset and everything.
Yeah, I was what the kids call trolling.
Oh, really? You were actually trolling? I thought you were trying to be helpful. Dang it. So I don't know if this laser works. Should we try it? Should we test? I'm pretty sure this console works. Let's be 100% sure this console works.
I'm doing okay. Today was a rough day at work.
Oh man, really? People, places, things, stuff. Maybe if I put this chat on this side. There we go. Ready for the weekend. I feel that.
System issues. Took the whole day to resolve, and I had project work I really needed to do instead.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Yeah, troubleshooting can take over your entire existence. That's for damn sure. Alright. Let's make sure it works. Let's see. I'm pretty sure it's 100% functional, but... Oh, that this one's not notched. that there.
Basically, our pricing engine was including products into a promotion it shouldn't have. Turned out to be a problem that's always been there, but now that the business found it, it was critical to resolve.
Oh geez, that's always fun to find. Let me, how are we gonna hook this up? I think SCART. Because I have a SCART cable that I should be able to grab pretty easily. And we use the GBSC.
But enough of that. What are we doing to the PlayStation today?
I'm going to put brand new capacitors on it. I'm going to install an Xstation mod. And I'm going to put a in-game reset. So that you can reset the console with a combination of buttons. So we're going to recap the power supply. We're going to recap the main board. And we're going to install a mod that will let you put SD cards in to load games off of. So we're going to take the optical drive out. But first we want to check the state. Get this giant box of cables. Oh, there it is, right on top. Nope. No matter how much I try to manage these things, they still end up tangled. So turn this on. We'll go. Let's make sure there's a video signal on the capture card. GBSC is on. Okay, we got power. That's good. But I have no video. There it goes. I had to deactivate and reactivate the card. Okay. Was this dropping frames? I don't know. I need to get a new... One of the first things I'm going to try and upgrade is my streaming computer. I need a graphics card in there that's not a 1080 with 6 gigs. It's got a pretty weak graphics card. Okay, so... PlayStation 1, the GBSC is on, but it's not, the Wi-Fi is not connecting for whatever reason. That's fine, we don't need to mess with anything, but we do have a signal. Let's just check everything. We're going to check the controller port. Memory card. And the optical drive. Well, it looks like it's booting. Nope, went straight in. So maybe this optical drive doesn't work. Or... oh, the ribbon cable. The ribbon cable didn't go all the way back in. Of course not. Oop. I almost electrocuted myself. Got a little shock. This is a live... I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is a live power supply right now plugged into mains, and it was powered on. Let's at least unplug the mains. Although there's still going to be 200 volts just sitting right there. So we're going to have to discharge those caps, but I have a new discharge tool. So we'll try that out. Let's see if I can not get electrocuted. Messing with power supplies is not something you want to do. But we're going to do it. I don't recommend it. You should never do it unless you know exactly what you're doing. How to be safe. And how not to electrocute yourself like I just did. It's a good thing I'm not standing on a grounding mat. I gotta not stand on my grounding mat. It's weird as there's no audio. Why do we not have audio? Oh, and there's still no... oh, because there's not a game in there. Shouldn't we have some audio? It sounds like it's reading. Yeah, okay, so this is actually a fully working console. So I can save this optical drive. It works. This is one of those original consoles that has the RCA jacks, which people actually kind of covet for the audio quality on these is supposed to be really good. And actually it loads games faster than the later revisions. So I don't know why there's no audio. Capture cards, usually the audio does. Go through the SCART. Oh, is it not loading? Are we stuck? I think we're stuck. Yeah. So it is spinning. Disc's a little bit dusty, but not too bad. Let's give the laser just a quick clean. I should have some audio. Oh, that sounds like it might be reading now. Well, even if the disk
Did you
drive...
hear about the campsite that got visited by Bigfoot? It got intense.
Even if the disk drive is bad, we're replacing it with an Xstation anyway. So this is a good candidate if it is bad. I get PlayStation logo, but I don't get... it sounds like it might still be trying to load. Give it a sec here. Why do you have no audio? Is the GBSC showing up on Wi-Fi? Yeah, we're stuck on this screen, so I think it does have a bad optical drive. I can try to fix it later and see if it's something parts. I'll just keep it for parts. It is trying to read. Alright, well, hopefully an Xstation solves our problems. I wonder if we should just put the Xstation in first, and then we can do the recap. So let's do the Xstation. All right, let's get this bad boy out. Yeah, I think this is questionable at best. Questionable at best. Oh, yeah, the GBSC never loaded. Yeah, I know I got my package. I literally have. I'm using it right now. Console 5. Appreciate that. Thank you. Don't rest your hand on the power supply, boy. Boy. Yeah, we'll do the capacitor kit after the Xstation, because I want to make sure it's going to load games before I waste the capacitor kit. This one has a lot more screws. Okay, that's a small one. Small one. These three are small. Put a little S. So I know.
Link, you finally moved to something more newer, LUL.
This was my plan from the beginning. I just was waiting for capacitors to come in. Hello, Link. Hello. PlayStation 1. I mean, I did recap my PlayStation. My other one. It's like 3 or 4 days ago, sir. I think you just missed it. Let's do Xstation and then test. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in. So I haven't done this revision, this board revision yet. I'm pretty sure this bad boy is actually not as bad as the other board. So I think it goes somewhere over here. Somewhere over here. Somewhere. There's a big chip in the way. Maybe it goes on this side?
My friend came by today. He bought my old PC case. I told him to bring his PC so we can transfer the parts.
Nice.
LUL.
Xstation install and guide. Guide's good. Good word. Okay. This is an 8. PU8. Oh, early PU8. How do I know the difference between early and late? Why the main board is called early, and there is a late. PU8 came in 2 major flaws, early and late. You can check which main board you have by looking for these marks. Early boards are labeled PU8 11 12. I got PU8 here. I got PU8 here. Oh, 23. Okay, I got late. We got late. Late PU8. Late main boards are labeled PU8.
And we found out his RAM went bad lucky. I have a pair of 16GB RAM until he get his replacement RAM.
Ah, that sucks, dude. I had a pair, like a 16 gig kit that was randomly started giving me blue screens at some point. I don't know why. And it's stable for a while, but then it'll blue screens just randomly. And I've tried it in multiple computers, so I know it's that kit. I don't know. I should have RMA'd it because it was still under warranty at the time, but I was lazy and sick and dumb, so I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Okay. The GPU and especially the VRAM area on the top side of the main board is different. Alright, we'll just also double check that. Yeah, late. Yeah, we're good. Late. Okay. When you're sure you have a late, you can follow this guide. I am sure I have a late. Search for IC309. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a zoom
He
in.
dropped juice on his PC a while back, could be one of the reason, ha ha ha.
Ooh, definitely. Alright. Alright, this should be good. Nice and in focus, right? Okay, so this chip what are we doing? You'll find it upper left, see the picture below. Remember the purple area as well. That looks like this guy.
That is why my PC on the table 1.5 away from me, ha ha ha.
Alright, let's go back here. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at. So, we've got the Sony chip and we've got this little guy here too. This purple guy. Alright, so we need to lift pin 44, 63, 69, and 66. So 4 pins need to get lifted. The best way to do this, in my opinion, set that over there. Let's get the soldering iron in a better position. So we got to turn the soldering iron on. Let's get the right tip for this before we turn it on. So I think kind of a wider, you know what, we could probably use, let's see, that one's kind of big. No,
I was at the mall today. I found Pikachu bedding for $15. Prana okay.
Pikachu bedding. Nice. I don't know which console this is from, but I found it on my desk. I need to go look at my consoles and see what's up. We're finally doing the Xstation. I'm gonna have to pull the ribbon cable out of mine to test it, but that's okay. Alright. So we need to lift pins on this, which these are actually really tiny. So I have this set of dental picks, and there's one of them that I got really lucky and has like this little hook. I don't know if you can see that, but at the very tip here, I know the microscope camera is freaking out. It's the USB port I'm in. I'm gonna unplug something. Hopefully that gives it a little more power, because we don't need that right now. I can just kind of swap those. Yeah. Alright, so this little hook.
A while back, I also found Among Us for the same price, LUL.
This little hook will let us kind of get underneath the pin and lift it off the board, but we want to heat the pin up first. So let's make sure we're on the right pins here. So 44, the first pin we're in is 44, so that is the fourth pin from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's this one with the trace right here. Yep, and you can see that on the guide. You can see that there's like a little trace here. So we're gonna clean off the soldering iron because we don't actually want any solder on it. Let me go get some water on my sponge. Oh, I gotta tell everybody I'm live in Discord. I'm dumb. One sec. Okay, here we go. So, the one with the trace. So you gotta kind of use both hands for this. Being a little ambidextrous is a good thing. But we're not actually going to be soldering. So we gotta get this hook. Need a little more light. Let's get my microphone up out of the way for a sec. Sorry for the audio quality shift here. I'll do my best. And I won't be able to read chat on that side of the screen. I should just put chat over here. Duh. That's better. Alright, so let's get this one. And I'm going to use the magnifying glass so I can really see what I'm doing as clearly as possible. Alright, I'm going to move all this stuff over now. Or I could use the other magnifying glass. Let's do that.
What biscuit does a short person like? Shortbread.
Oof. No, can I? Yeah, I can use this one. This is why I have one on each side. Alright, so we don't want to lift the wrong pin here. So I've got that in there. I've got it kind of hooked. Oh, you can't see. Hold on. That will fix. So if you're going to lift pins, so now if I kind of see the pin's actually kind of loose on its own. So I'm going to come in with solder. I'm just going to lift it like that. So now it's off and away. I'm going to make sure we got the right pin.
Currently reading a news article about bright car lights dazzle drivers.
I did get the right pin. And then just kind of just in case, I might have freed up some of the pins next to it. I'm just going to run the iron down. Just kind of make sure those pins are not going anywhere. Bright car lights. What is a dazzle driver? I do not understand. Okay, so that's one pin, right? So now we also need to lift. So we'll go back here. We also need to lift. Oh, see, this is not good for this though. Dang it. What? How did I end up going back? Late PU. Alright. Oh, I dislodged the tab. Let's make this window.
People go blind by LED bulbs in newer cars like EV cars.
Oh. I see. Okay. So we kind of want to leave the pins there in case somebody ever wants to reverse the mod. So we'll leave the pin intact. Although just enough of the pin being there is... You could run like a little wire if you need to. But so far, so good. Okay, so the next pin is 63. And there's this cap kind of in the way, but that's okay. So 63, if we look at the guide, is the second one from the top on the right. So that's this guy here. So I'm going to get this little hook.
I might have to buy some night glasses, LUL.
And we're going to heat up the pin. Just heating up the pad so that the pin kind of frees itself like that. And just lift it up. I don't know how well you guys could see that. But, and then I'm just going to touch the pads nearby. Give those a little nudge. Yeah, we're good. So, can you guys see this okay? Hopefully. Get a little bit more light back here for this side. Okay, actually, we're going to turn this. We're going to turn this this way for these last two. So we got two more to do. And now since we've turned the board, we're looking at the second pin here, and then we're gonna skip two and then go to this one. So it's this little, there's three vias, 1, 2, 3. It's this third via, and it's this first via and it's this third via that we're lifting. So let's lift, get the tiny hooked end. So via number 3. Let me zoom this in here so you guys can see. Maybe you can see better this way. So try to stop the violent shaking. So we're going to kind of get that hooked underneath. We're not going to put a lot of pressure on it. I could probably lift it away from the board as is, but I don't want to. We're going to use some heat and just gently lift the pin. See if it's free. Seems like it might be. Yeah, we're up. Okay, we want to be real gentle because we don't want to break these pins off. So, as you can see, this one is lifted, and now this one is lifted. Alright, one more pin. This part I think makes a lot of people nervous, which I can understand, because you don't want to rip the pad, and you don't want to rip the pin off. Right, so this first via. So we're going to just put the soldering iron down, and we're going to lift it up. So it comes free, like that. Now it's up. I'm just going to lift it a little bit more away from the board, and take a look. Give her a spritz. Give her a scrub. Try and get rid of those some of the flux residue that was, I think it's just factory flux, but alright, so those pins are lifted. So that's kind of the scary part of the mod. Done. Be careful not to damage the board. Use a needle. Yep. More pages. Please make sure you have lifted the proper pins. They should not be in contact with the motherboard nor with each other. Yeah, and then we're going to put some Kapton tape there. We can do that later. Now we get to the purple area. So that's this area here. If we look here, that's this guy. This area. I probably don't need this right now. But I do need light. A bit more light. Alright. Let's go under the microscope big. So, desolder, filter, and resistor. So, okay. So let's get our bearings this way. Because that's how it's pictured. Okay. So the two things we need to desolder are this filter and this resistor. Make sure the purple area, so this is the RC, my chip is actually different, but these look the same, 220, 220, 220. Yeah, this is the same exact area of the board. It's just this guy is a different piece. So let's drop some flux. This is kind of old flux too. I probably should. Let's see how easily I can just get it off with the soldering iron. Are you gonna come off? Alright, let's add some solder, because that usually helps do the trick. Right now I'm breathing in fumes, which I don't want to do. Like if you put the knife tip back on, this thing will come right off. There we go. There we go. There's the filter. And now let's get the capacitor off. Get some solder on, or resistor. Sorry, rather. So usually you can just kind of like heat up both sides at once. I can't really get in there with this tip though. Let's see. Can I just borrow a tiny bit of low melt solder? There we go. Low melt solder for the win. Now we have to wick. Can't leave low melt solder on the board. So let's hook that up. And we want to kind of examine the pins here just to be sure that we didn't get any low melt solder or anything on them.
A pair of those cost $73.
They are a little looser than I'd like. A pair of night glasses? That seems excessive. Touch those up a little bit. I don't really drive at night. I go to bed at 11 o'clock and I kind of wind down around between 5 and 7 usually. I start watching.
They advise against using the yellow glasses.
Yellow glasses. So I wear blue light blockers, but they're not like, they don't do the whole blue spectrum. They just do like a part of it, but I kind of layer it with like the filters on my phone and the filters on the computer as it gets later and later. So I'll partially block blue light. I'll wear the blue light blocking glasses until like 10 o'clock at night, and then I'll turn the red filters on between 9:30 and 10 to kind of get everything really shut down. You really should just block all blue light, you know, once the sun goes down. But I like watching my shows with not being too interrupted by. I don't want everything to look red
at work.
At least not while I'm watching the shows. Oh, yeah, that's right. You drive. I forgot. You put up the posters and stuff. You got to drive around. Okay. All right. So that's the prep work for the board, I think. Now we're finished with the top side.
Sometimes
Yep.
I come back at 1700.
So the bottom side of the board now.
I decided to sell my Hoover. Well, it was just collecting dust.
Wow. Okay, so we got to do some prep work on this side of the board, right? For the actual Xstation mod. So where does this thing live? It lives between these two chips. I'm looking at the instructions. Let's look at it together. So it lives somewhere in these two chips. So I gotta desolder these three resistors. So we gotta find those. Those look like right here. These three. Is there any markings? So there's like an F on the board, and there's an F in the photo. So yeah, it's these three resistors. So that's fun. Let me get over here. These three. Alright, so more desoldering. Can I just flick you off? Let's just flood it with solder. That's like usually the easiest thing to do. And there's not any, there's just test points here. So we could wick if we need to. So flux. There we go. Flood it with solder. Pick it off. There we go. See, as the board is kind of heating up from doing this. And eventually the heat will transfer through the resistor enough. Alright. That's good shape. Oh, I don't know how well you guys saw that. I think the camera might have moved. But at least you saw a little bit, right? Alright, so those are desoldered. So place the QSB mainboard as shown. The yellow markings help with alignment. Do I not have to scratch anything for this one? Oh, sweet. So on the 5501 or whatever it's called, you have to like scrape off stuff. All right, how does this live now? Right above the here? Here? Somewhere in here? There? Right there? That seems right. Oh yeah, hold on. So place the QSB on the mainboard showed the yellow markings will help. Yep. So we just want to make sure that like the little vias here are all kind of...
I'd rather buy some glasses from an optician's.
Lined up. Yeah. There's one down here you got a concern with. That one looks good. I mean, I'm gonna say we're pretty okay. So what I'm gonna do is just tack in a couple. Maybe just slightly up. Okay, we should be good. So we're going to put some flux down. We're going to, I don't want to lift, I can't lift my left hand up, so I'm going to prep some solder over here just to kind of like let it hang out, and then I'm going to put my tip on the solder. Oh, let's get the fuel extractor back on. Ah, I lifted my left hand. Okay. Line it back up. This isn't too hard to line up. Looks pretty forgiving. Alright, we're going to get that solder back on there. Maybe a little bit too much. And try to tack in a point. So I got a little bit of solder on this guy here. Ooh. Check our alignment. Alright, well it's not going to be pretty, but we can fix it. Okay, it looks like let's go to the microscope cam. Let's see, so this point here is gonna be okay. That one's gonna be okay. Those will be good. That one should be fine. That one should be fine. This one's a little bit, maybe a little bit off. Not so great. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. These should all work just fine. Alright, so let's concentrate. Let's tack in a couple of the lower ones. Let's actually tack in this guy here and this guy down here. So get some of this flux. A little bit of solder. Just gonna. So they don't have to be perfect welds right now. We just want to get solder enough in there so that it holds it down and it won't slip around. Right? So that one. That one. That one. We can kind of zoom through this now. That one. That one. Those two are bridged. There we go. Fixed it. Let's get some more flux. A lot of little components here and little joints. Go here. Alright, hold on. I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Okay. Yeah, we'll get these fixed up with the better flux. Just trying to get them kind of tacked in at the moment. You really want to go over these well, because if there's not a good, really solid connection between the board and the pad, you're going to have issues. So this one's kind of deep, so we're going to press real hard to get it flooded. Yeah, this flux is just evaporating too quick because it's so old. Alright, so now it looks like all of them are attached where they're supposed to be, which is good, but now we need to get good flux, better flux. This is old too. It's about the same age. It just seems to have a longer shelf life. I'm just going to put a ridiculous amount of this stuff down. This will not evaporate so quickly. And now we should just be able to go in and kind of reflow all these little points. We should. Just a few seconds. Here we go. Get a nice connection now. The flux will help it flow. Those ones might need a tiny bit more solder. And I bridged it again. We'll test it with the multimeter to make sure there's no bridges. Of course. Those are nice little joints. This is the third Xstation I've done, but it's the first time I've done this revision, this board revision. I think we're good there. There. That one looks good. Alright, one more. Two more. Two more? Two more. That's kind of a nice fat joint. Alright, this is our last one that we're going to go over and then we'll clean. That looks good. So we have to install a wire next. Let me generally brush first. Get the rubbing alcohol mixed in with flux. Give it a little dry. I do think this one, these ones up here could use probably a touch more solder. So peace of mind, let's do it. There we go. That looks good. Okay, we need more flux because it's not behaving well. There we go. There we go. Lots of little reflections. Let's see how well we can see it with the above camera. I think it's okay.
Got a new suit recently made entirely of living plants. I wasn't sure at first, but it's grown on me.
Oh boy. Let me take a quick peek under this. I think these two could use a little touch up. That looks fantastic. Those look great. That one looks great. 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 Yeah, I think just these two. So if we could just get a little bit of a better weld on there, we should be in good shape. I mean, they're probably soldered on enough, but I want to see a little more. Like that. That looks better. Okay. Oh, ouch. Tried to pick up a solder blob I thought was cold, but it was molten. Alright. I guess all we have to do now is put the wire on. So I'm going to show you. So now you have to run a wire from IO16. So there's a B here. It's below the B. I see it. I see it. I think it's here. This little pad right here. So we gotta get a wire from there. Let's tin it. It makes it easier to find too. Grab this wire. It's just all over the place now. So we need to go from that point to the board. So that's enough. Let's give it a strip. Let's also tin the board. We're going to dip the wire in the flux. There's a little bit of flux on there. And we're going to tin the wire. And then we can solder on the board. This solder does not want to make a nice shiny joint for me. It's the flux. It's always the flux. I need this toxic flux. There we go. Nice shiny joint. Okay. Then we're going to go over here. It looks like we have just enough. Same process. I'm going to put some flux on there. Solder on my iron. Solder on the wire. I don't know why it's going in my face instead of... Okay. What's the best way? I don't want it to potentially touch any components. So yeah, we're good. That's nice and strong. Beautiful. Wire is done. Okay, the difficult part is finished. So that means the soldering iron can go off. And we can clean. Alright, I'm going to change the lens back because we're going to mess with the case now. Let's clean this. Beautiful. Alright. There's like, I think this is just factory flux. Well, let's clean it off anyway. This is a tiny little bit of the wire just kind of hanging out. Let's just kind of fold it over. Beautiful. Xstation installed. Try to get all the flux mixed in with alcohol so it can just evaporate away. Alright, here we go. Trim the case. Alright, so it looks like the bottom side of the case needs to be trimmed. So there's a little post. This guy right here that needs to come off. So we're just going to come in here with nippers, covered, and went flying somewhere. But it's that easy. It's off the board. Do we need to trim the shielding? Okay, I got to get the flex cable out now of my, because I only have one Xstation board. So we're going to put that Xstation board in here. So that we can test this, and then when I sell it, I'll have to buy a new one for me to replace mine. But I can use the profits from selling it to replace the board. Okay. I don't think this... Does this one fit? I wonder if it fits. I wonder if this mount works for both. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Won't we? All right. Get in there. Okay. I have to thoroughly test this console too if I'm going to sell it, so it's going to live in my PlayStation spot for a while. Okay, so let's take this out now. Ribbon cable. Put all the screws back. This one's recapped, but I'm going to recap the power supply on this too. Eventually. Wrong way. Probably next week. Probably. Alright, so this one's non-functional for now. That's okay. Oh, that's the wrong top. Until I get an Xstation to put in here again. Or the Pico. There's a Pico version being developed. Pico PlayStation? Pico Station? Because it uses the same QSB as far as I know. Alright. So this was gonna have a little bit of a different bend in it. That's a thing. Alright. Now it's not too different. And this way. And then it goes in. I gotta fish the top section. So the cable goes through up here. This is probably my favorite mod. I love doing these Xstations. Alright, will this work? Will this mount work? Is this different? Which way does the Xstation sit? Like that?
When my wife told me to stop impersonating a flamingo, I had to put my foot down.
Alright, let's see if there's a different version of this 3D print. I'll 3D print it. Xstation. Yeah, there's a different. How do I get the laser bear one? Laser bear. Is that on here? Is that just on his website? I forget if you have to buy it or not. Or if he has the 3D prints. Open model files. Xstation. Okay, so there is one. Thankfully. So let's open that and see. So I'm not going to be able to use this. The easiest thing to do is to take this. Well, actually, the easiest thing to do if we're going to test it is to hold the CD tray down while it boots. Just hold this button down. Actually, I think that's what we're gonna do. Because I don't want to short anything out. The metal on the... I've already done that and blown fuses.
Also pretty funny, when my friend came by he complimented my shoes lol.
What kind of shoes? Yeah, this is a different one. Let's just put all these in here.
Artificial leather boots Dimivg dab.
Gotta be careful with this artificial leather though, dude. They have a lot of times they have lead in them, which is ridiculous. That should print okay. Is there any other piece that we need? Extension bottom brace? Oh yeah, we need this too. These go together. So yeah, okay.
I don't think Europe has strict regulations with chemicals.
Yeah, in California they don't. It's ridiculous. They just have put warnings up. Is that kind of like... That should be fine. What are my settings? Because I've been printing some random crap. Let's do fine. It's good. Build plate adhesion skirt. We don't need supports, do we? That should all print. What about you? Are you not flush? No, that should be fine. I don't think we need supports. Let's do this way so you can see what I'm seeing. Oh, don't crash. Damn it. Why did I mess with it? So I was almost done. Alright, well, let's test. I'll set that up as we kind of go here. Just, of course. Oh yeah, soldering iron you can turn off. That's fine. Let's get the capture card situation. Let's get this all back set up. And give it a test and see if we were successful. Yeah, that's right. Alright, I'm gonna lay that off there. We're gonna hold this button down manually. Wish me luck. Wish me great success. Let's do the capture card thing. Oh, I got no power light. Sometimes it's just this. A lot of times it's just this cable, to be fair. This seating this cable in this connector is kind of a bitch. Still no power light. Okay, so show you guys what I'm seeing. So there should be a little power and access light going on here. I'm gonna check the cable on the other end. This cable's real finicky. Like this cable, this connector right here is real finicky. I've had problems with that. Still, yeah. See, this cable might not even be in all the way or seated properly. This seems okay. It could be deceiving though. Oh. Thought I was going in the wrong way. I just wasn't high enough up. Okay. Give me an access light, baby. Give me an access light. It could be one of the... We could test the solder joints. Could be a weak solder joint. I'm not sure which one's the voltage. Still no power. No access. Oh, I didn't plug it in. Of course. There we go. Power and access. See, the cable wasn't in all the way. Oh, did I unplugged the video cable? Of course I did. Okay. Here we go. Oh, look at what happened. The SD card thing came out. Of course it did. Just unlucky. Okay, we're in. Let's get that out of the way. Okay. I don't have an access light. I got no video? Did I forget to turn you on? Of course I did. We should at least get a PlayStation logo.
Kaboom.
Let's hope for the best here. Let's see if we can get the memory card screen. There we go. Okay. That's good. Okay, memory card screen. Let's hold down the CD tray. I still don't like that we don't have sound. I'm gonna try it over on the regular setup. Okay, we got the PlayStation logo.
It's windy here today and they have closed one of the bridges.
I saw Xstation for a second, but now it's a black screen. I saw it for a second. Shouldn't there be audio coming out of the SCART cable? Now I got nothing. Alright, let's take the SD card out. Well, it should act like there's no SD card and we should see the memory card screen. Okay, so that's good. You know, I have that other SD card extension that I bought. It needs to be beveled, of course. So I have sandpaper. Doesn't take much. That's enough. Let's make sure it's cleaned off. Alright. That fits in nicely. Let's put this... Oh, this is a micro SD. That's fine. Now we're not in any risk of shorting anything either, so that's better. I got a little flash of the access light. There's the PlayStation logo. I wonder if it won't work because I don't have the controller plugged in. There it is, Xstation! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Where'd I put the, I thought I did. Controller port. Let's give it a proper test. I think we could put it together enough. Why is there no audio though? That's really bugging me. Let's use a RCA. Let's use the RCA audio. And I'll inject it.
What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's real good. Alright, memory card. Controller. Memory card. Okay, so that's on. Connected. Audio. So we do have audio. Why is it not coming through the SCART? Oh. I gotta press down on this so that it thinks the this is the problem I was having before. It's if the case isn't screwed together, then the trigger for the CD door doesn't actually get pushed down all the way. So we have RCA audio. Oh, come on. Why does the Xstation load and then go to a black screen like that? What is that? Is that a GBSC issue? You know what? We could. Oh, there it is. A GBSC issue. Weird. I've never seen it do that before. Some kind of sync issue. All right. The test. Oh, did I just hit reset by mistake? I just rested my hand on the console. Oh, good. We're good. No, we're good. This is supposed to be like the audio file setup. Although it's not really stereo because this capture card doesn't do stereo, so. That looks pretty good, although we got the wrong aspect ratio. What time is it? 3? I don't know if we have... I can recap the power supply, and then we'll do the board recap tomorrow. Or, today's Friday. Monday, we'll do the board... Wow, is my heart rate really 100? What the heck? That's... maybe because of the gym. Why is the Wi-Fi not working on the GBSC, man? I don't know why I would have forgot the Wi-Fi. That doesn't make sense. Let's force it into 4x3. No, let's go back. Oh, I don't want to do it. Let's reset. Reset. Oh, we got to do the controller too. The in-game reset. This shouldn't take too long. Let's do that. And then if there's still time, I'll do the I'll recap the power supply. How many caps are in the power supply? That's the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till Monday so I can allow the power supply to kind of drain a bit. Okay, memory card slot's working. Why is there no audio over SCART? GBSC, no audio over SCART. Okay, so this is the notorious game because of the menu. Is in 480i. And the GBSC handles the interlacing 480i to 240p. Pretty dang good, if you ask me. And it's so sharp.
Birdman Rising. Hey bro, good to see you online.
Hello, sir.
How are things?
Things are well. I don't know why there's no audio through SCART. I want to test this with the component cables to see. Is there only audio out of the RCA jacks on this model? That doesn't make sense, does it? Alright, well, we know it's working. Rumble works, everything's good. I just don't know about audio. We can test and figure that out later. Let's do the, you know, I don't know that I've ever used this SCART cable before. Right now. So I don't know that there is audio on this SCART cable. There should be. It's alright, we'll test it over there anyway. People are more likely to use these. Well, I might keep this console if there's a weird issue like that. I'll sell my other one. That one just needs a power supply recap. And it's got...
You in the process of streaming again normally or playing it by ear right now?
Nope, I'm streaming every day, Monday through Friday, doing tech repairs and equipment. Mostly because I need to do tech repairs anyway. Because the streaming is just kind of like a bonus. I'm going to be doing this stuff no matter what. So I might as well stream it. And then if somebody runs into my stream and wants to buy something that or wants me to service their console or fix their stuff, then that's a bonus. It's a nice way to advertise what I'm doing. Okay, Will's console mod.
What are you working on right now?
Will's console mods. PS1 in-game reset. So we just installed a mod on here. This Xstation mod. Well, I gotta put Kapton tape here too. We gotta do that before we forget. My bag of goodies. Let's get the Kapton tape going. Yeah, so this is a mod that allows you to run game backups off of an SD card for the PlayStation. For the original PlayStation, PS1. And this is one of the earliest versions of the PS1. Apparently not the earliest, but one. It's a late early, which we learned today. So I'm gonna. So I don't know if you can see this very well, but I got.
So that's a PS1 megabyte. Sick.
Megabyte. Oh, motherboard. I don't know why she said megabyte. Google, that could mean a lot of things, Google. Come on, Google. Alright, so we got some Kapton tape securing that area. And try to use the other half here. We want to get the Kapton tape underneath the lifted pins. This one is not actually underneath. Now it is. And I can even lift the pins a little bit more. So this way, if they ever get pushed down, they won't make contact with their respective pad and screw the mod up, basically. So we got to recap this. I think that's going to wait till Monday because that's going to take forever. I need a lot more dedicated time to be able to take care of that. But we'll do it. We'll do that Monday. Let's just do this, and then I'll recap the board and the power supply on Monday. So we'll do these cap kits Monday. Xstation. I love this mod. This console with this mod is absolutely fantastic. Okay, that is not the version though. This is a different version of the board. Will's console modifications. He must have updated it. Well, hopefully it just goes in the same spot there, buddy. Because I don't know what you're showing me. So installation. Place the in-game reset board over the controller port. Oh, it goes on. I didn't have to take this all apart. We gotta get into here. Apparently. Google. It's not megabyte. Alright. So how do place the in-game reset board over the controller pins. Ah, well that fits.
Ha ha ha, sorry, I try not to use acronyms when text-to-speech is on.
Nah, don't worry about it, it's funny. It is funny. All right, so we got to solder this bad boy. This is going to be pretty simple. So we got to solder all these little joints on. Let's put some fresh solder on there so it's ready. Oh, soldering iron. Turn you on. Let's turn you on. Get a little flux going. Get the fume extraction back so I don't breathe chemicals. No chemical breathing, guys. Don't do it. We're just gonna go through and just kind of add a little bit of fresh solder onto these.
You've got to go run errands, but it's good seeing you online again.
Yeah, I'll be
see
here.
You around.
I'm here. Thank you for popping in. I hope you are doing well. Maybe we should actually wick. Let's wick some solder away now, so it gets a little easier to install. So I'm going to get it flush to the board if we can. See if we can get it flush now. Yeah. Maybe. That should be flush enough. Oh, I see. Alright, now I want to add just a tiny bit of solder to these. I took off too much on a couple of them. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so it's flux.
What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K? HDMI.
Oh my. That was a pretty good one. That was surprisingly good, to be fair. Alright, just fill these in with solder. And then there's a little wire we need to solder now. Let's clean that all up. So L2, R2 select, start. Maybe I put a note on the board or something. I can never remember the in-game button combinations for this stuff. Alright. PU8. That's us. So if we go here, you can see this is the new version of the board, but it's the same. So L601 on the board. So it looks like the top side of the board because you can see capacitors. So we gotta look for L601. So there's little blue. There's fuses. So there's probably the bottom left-hand side of the board somewhere. PS605. Let's see. I don't. PS601. Oh, there's a little connector. There's a connector here. Vertical connector. And the potentiometer. It's right here. It's here. I don't see L601 marked on the board though. But I do kind of see this via above it. There's these 3 vias. They're just marked a little bit differently. And there's a cap. There's a 47 volt, 47 farad, some kind of farad, 16 volt cap here. So it looks like the top of this little tiny resistor is our solder point. So that's gonna be fun. There's also a via right there, and there's this, the trace goes over here to a via right there. So I could probably use either of those, but they won't. It wants me. The instructions say to solder it to the resistor, so we're gonna solder it to the resistor. I need another cable. I wonder how long this is gonna have to be, because it's got to be long enough that it reaches the port. Ooh, I don't like the solder on that one. That's better. We want it to reach the port and the resistor, but not be have so much slack that it's kind of annoying. I think we're gonna solder to the board, and then we're gonna we'll feed it through and solder it to there after the fact. Be careful. Do not tug on that. Alright, let's strip. In-game reset. We're going to dip this in the flux. As always, we'll tin our iron. That might even be too much of a lead. Yeah, that's way too much. So let's tin this. And then we'll trim it. Trim it down quite a bit. Let's put some excess solder on that little tiny point. Okay, it is not flowing, so let's get some flux in there. There we go. Now, we can take our wire That's good. It's nice and on there. Alright, how much slack? I'm gonna give myself a lot and then we'll just cut it shorter. Rather have too much than not enough. Alright. I guess let's put it back together. Should I put Kapton tape on that? Is that gonna get touched at all? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put Kapton tape on it. I don't know how I feel about leaving it exposed. I know they're already kind of exposed back there, but better safe than sorry. I could just put Kapton tape on this section or take it off. But I'd rather have it on there than not, and not need it than the opposite. Okay. Let's put her back together now. I should have started printing. Why did it have to crash earlier? Alright, let me just real quick throw this 3D print file back together properly. So you can see a little bit what I'm doing. No. We need to give it a little bit of room for print adhesion. Okay. Why is it... slice. Slice button was hidden. Alright, let me get the SD card. That way this can print. Should have started it earlier, man. That's what I wanted. We don't need you. Save. Eject. I'm gonna go start the printer. Then we'll get this going. Alright, printer's going. Let's put it back together. What time is it? 3:30. Let's check this. Has it got tugged around a bunch yet? Is it straight? I don't know. Let's just reseat it anyway. Okay. You want to come over here with it? I think that will work. Alright, so we need some slack in case it wants to be taken off. So maybe like there. Committed. We only want a little bit of this tip. It'll melt off with the soldering iron too, so. Beautiful. Easy peasy. Wonderful. Now we get to test and make sure it all works again. You know how well testing goes for me. That's where I always run into trouble. For whatever reason. I always think it doesn't work, and then it's not. It's just something stupid like a loose cable or power's not plugged in or something stupid. Almost always. I'll secure that cable. When we recap, I'll secure that cable better. So hold on, this gets plugged in first. How are we going to test the in-game reset without the controllers plugged in? See, it's always in testing phases. It's always stupid problems. Stupid problems. I almost gave myself stupid problems. Again. Well, the 3D mount will fix the issues I'm having.
Why do wizards clean their teeth 3 times a day? To prevent bat breath.
Alright. These jokes. The jokes keep me company, you know? That's all it is. Wizards and bats, I mean... Really? Alright, Xstation, stay on the posts. Stay. I need this to be tight. And it is not. Okay. It's probably enough. Let's turn this back on. Plug it in. Capture card. Power. Oh. I forgot something. We'll figure that out. It's not all buttoned up yet. We will inject the audio because I don't know why there's no audio out of the SCART connector. Memory card. That's on. Let's plug the SCART cable in. Alright, maybe the capture card needs a little reset. No? And we got back to the no lights issue. It's this connector is just super finicky on the Xstation. The cable has to be like perfect. Alright, let's see if we get lights. And still no lights. Did I forget something else? There we go. Yeah, see, the cable's just super finicky. This connector, if it's not in there like 100% perfect, this is like no forgiveness. Alright, let's hope for the best. This is like still got no signal. You're on. You're in. We should be hearing it. Capture card. I need to change how the capture card stuff's set up over here, because this one is it finicky? Is it finicky? Okay, why do I have no video? Got an access light. We should at least... We hear it. You know what? Don't ask me. I'm not going to try and hold the lid. I'm going to turn this back on. And then, what was the in-game reset combo? L2, R2 start and select, or select and cross. So select and cross to get back to this game menu. So let's go to Dino Crisis again. I should also check my 3D print, make sure it actually started. I'll do that after I end. I just gotta remember. Okay, we're done with the soldering iron for today. Start. Load game. I don't know if I have to keep holding the lid or not. Alright, we're in. I don't have to keep holding the lid. Alright, so it's L2, R2, select, and X. That should go back to the Xstation menu. Well, if the lid's closed, which I have to hold this thing in. Yeah, I went back to the memory card. Alright, let's try this again. Select. Can I close the lid tray? Okay, L2, R2, select, and start. That's the short pulse. We got the tray hit pushed down now, so we should see the Xstation, which we are. The GBSC goes to a black screen sometimes here first. Oh. What? Where are you going? Are we stuck in a loop? No, it went straight into the game. That's what happened. Alright, let's turn it off. Start fresh. Alright, we know that the in-game reset works. The Xstation works. But the audio doesn't work. I'm gonna try it over on the on my component cables with the RetroTink. So let's give it a shot over there. Okay, why? Still no audio? Maybe I need to turn it up. And we're stuck too. Seems like we are stuck. Yeah. I opened the tray at a weird time, I think. Okay, there's audio. Okay, so there's actually there is audio. So I don't know what's going on with the oh, I stood up too fast. I need salt. Woo! Electrolytes are low. That's because I went to the gym and did the sauna. Before stream. Okay. Everything's good. Everything's working. I just don't know why the GBSC... I'll have to fiddle with the GBSC later and see if there's just an issue with audio on the SCART connector here. There shouldn't be. I could test it on the Dreamcast and we'll find out. But success. So it looks like Monday I'm gonna put new capacitor kits in this bad boy. Monday. Oh, you know what I could do real quick? We can test the SCART input on the RetroTink with that cable and see if there's audio. And then I'll know if it's the GBSC specifically that's the issue. So obviously it is the GBSC. Something with the GBSC is not pulling audio through the SCART. That's good we troubleshooted. Okay. Alright, so the last little thing for us to do is to put it all together, but I don't really want to do that until the 3D print's done. So I guess we're just going to keep it just hanging out on my desk for a while until the 3D print is done. I mean, I guess I could try. I could put it together. Yeah, so this goes here, right? Here? Where did you go? Where did you live? This way? I don't like being lazy. I don't know if you could tell. Is there a cable or something? I think it was just having a hard time fit because of the X reset. Maybe I need to trim this shield. There we go. Just squish it in there.
I hate perforated lines. They're terrible.
Oy, 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 oy. Yeah, it's not a lot of room once that shield is on there. Oh, these jokes. Or I got this on wrong. Oh, I got it. Maybe I have it on wrong. Maybe you go. Do you go around? Do you go over? That seems like that goes over. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Let's put her back together. Oh, you know what? There are screws. Dang it. Can I get to these without taking the whole shield off? There's only two, I think. Should I just cut this thing off? I don't even think we need it here. I have a feeling this, like, standoff is a problem. Let's get it out. So where do we put the standoff now? Maybe here? Sure. No. No standoff. Let's just do no standoff. seems stable enough. It'll live. Alright, let's do the complicated screws first. Once I put it in, it all kind of came back together, so that's good. Okay. Beautiful. So once we recap this, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. I could have to decide if I'm going to sell this one or if I'm going to sell that one. This one's probably more coveted, but it's usually more coveted because of the CD player, and there's no CD player in it now. I took the CD player out. So where's this last screw go? Maybe it does go in here. Yeah, it does. The other one's recapped already, and it's really fancy. So, I don't know. Can I get this to stick back down with the... Oh, you know what? We're going to recap it anyway. Let's not worry about that. I'll put some adhesive on it or something. You know, I didn't see the Laser Bear SD card. Like this thing. This little 3D print that houses, like, protects the SD card slot on there. Laser Bear Xstation. Xstation. There's only one. I already downloaded it. Huh. Yeah, it comes with little adapter protectors there. How come they're not in the zip file? So you have to buy it from Laser Bear if you want to get the... I'll just contact him and see why they're not there. Alright, I'll message him. I just messaged him. Hopefully he lets me know what's going on. Let's put it all back together. Give her a rip. Let's see if it works. We know it works. Let's watch it work. And with the 3D prints done, I can install that bad boy. And this will be ready for a recap, which we will do on Monday. We'll do the power supply Monday. If there's time, we'll do the main board. If not, we'll do the main board on Tuesday. Okay. Let's leave that on SCART. It sounds like we have audio. Let's do Street Fighter EX plus Alpha. Yeah, something with the GBSC and there's no audio on the... Oh, I was like stepping on something sharp. It's the little post from when I cut off. Alright, we gotta put the screws back in the other PlayStation as well. I gotta get another Xstation ordered, but I need money to do that. I gotta sell this one. I hate playing on this little monitor. I could just go over here. Input HDMI 1. Oh, I guess we need HDMI too. Nope, there it is. Damn, that looks good though. We're not even on like best settings. Here we have 1440p. Try and find the pixel, proper pixel. Genesis. PS1. Ooh, that phase is wrong, or this is the wrong resolution. It's a 384? Oh, the text looked better on high res 512. Why does that look better? Generic looks super clean. Well, I'll just leave it on generic. Shinku Tatsumaki? Yeah.
What's ET short for? He's only got little legs.
I won't crouch heavy kick. There we go. I guess I have to hit with both. I'm having a hard time with this D-pad. I think the analog stick is actually easier for some reason. Yeah. How do I... There's just not enough time to get a follow-up. The animation... Hadouken. There we go. Oh, but it did... No, come on. There we go. That one's hard. Ooh. Oh, I didn't want to. Oh, I need an arcade stick for sure. Alright. I'll have to put it in through some more rigorous testing, of course, but it looks like it's in good condition. Let's do the in-game reset. I wonder how much better the sound is coming from the audio jacks. I may do some recordings and see if an A/B test and see if they sound like crazy different. So when I do the long reset, it seems to want to just relaunch the game instead of going to the Xstation, which I don't quite understand. Unless I'm like pushing something when the screen's black that's starting the game again. It could be. It could be like pushing start when it's loaded into the Xstation, but I can't see it because the RetroTink hasn't shown it to me yet, or the Matrix is like slow to get the image to me. Try one more time. It's a little bit wonky. I don't think didn't have this problem with the X reset, so I might have to switch the mod to the X reset. They should be the same, right? Okay, I'm not gonna touch anything and just hope we see the Xstation loader. Xstation. No, it's going straight into the game. That's not normal. Wheels console mods. Is there another button? I don't understand. It could be a setting in the Xstation. Xstation in-game reset, but I did this on my other console with the X reset. Long pulse rebooting game. All right, let's just go fresh. Go with a fresh boot and see. So it should be going to the Xstation menu, but it's not. Options. Power on. Loader. I don't know. Maybe it's just that game. Let's try a different game. No, it happened with Dino Crisis too, didn't it? I don't know. The reset signal solder connection on the quick solder point could have no contact. That's a different revision of the... Start a multi-disc game fast load. Once the game begins, turn off the system, open the lid, power system on. Nope. I mean, I might as well take this mod out if it's not going to work to get back to the menu.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by Next Generation Special Forces, being led by members of Foxhound. They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours, they'll launch a nuclear weapon.
I don't know.
You'll have two mission objectives.
Let me try contacting him too and see.
Chief Donald Anderson and the president of Armstech, Kenneth Baker. Both are being held as hostages.
Is there no contact page, dude? Oh, contact us.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike. Stop them if they do.
What's the insertion method?
We'll approach the disposal facility by sub.
And then?
We'll launch a one-man SDV. After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of them. From there on, you'll have to swim. High-tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound. Your former unit. The one that I was commander of.
So they're still around.
There are 6 members of Foxhound involved in this terrorist activity. Psycho Mattis, with his powerful psychic abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter. Decoy Octopus, master of disguise. Vulcan Raven, giant and shaman. And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in interrogation and a formidable gunfighter. And finally, in charge of them, Foxhound Squad Leader, Liquid Snake.
Liquid Snake?
The man with the same code name as you. The nuclear weapons disposal facility covers the whole island. I'll instruct you by codec after you reach your target.
Anyone going with me?
As usual, this is a one-man infiltration mission.
Weapons and equipment OSP?
Yes. This is a top-secret black op. Don't expect any official support.
Okay, I emailed him. Alright guys, if anybody's lurking, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Have a good weekend. I will see you on Monday. And maybe I'll post some pictures of the PlayStation finished with the 3D print and stuff when it's done. I don't know how he 3D printed this with such a nice little texture on top. He must have... He must have printed it with supports? I want to know. Or he printed it sideways? I don't know. Anyway. I'm always curious. This is like this 3D print. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's got this nice texture on the top. Oh, that's so wrong. Well, I can show you here. It's got this nice texture. There's no way mine's gonna print like that. I don't know what they're doing to get that textured layer. I wish I gotta look this up and see. There's maybe like some kind of trick, like a hot piece of paper or something. Hot paper. That's my theory. All right, guys. I'll be back on Monday and we'll finish up the PlayStation. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you guys next week.